What?
Go.
Sorry. First time. Hey, everybody. Welcome this week to this episode. This is going to be our first live stream ever. And you've had a ton of questions. So we're going to get to stuff like projects on the 50, projects on the 450, sailing plans. And we're going to try to answer as many questions as we can. If you guys are watching this on the replay, make sure you leave a comment below and we'll get to you. Wait.
We've got all of our gear set up and this is our first time. So if someone could give us a quick shout and let us know if the video is coming through well and if our audio is good, since we can't really check that very well on our own.
That's right.
We're trying.
All right, well, let's get into it. We're waiting.
I'm Sid, and these are my best friends. My mom, Kim, my dad, Ty, and my sister, Maddie, who before starting her own adventure, joined us in rocking out a state-of-the-art refit on our floating home. Now, we're ready to set sail to die with memories, not dreams, and live dauntless.
All right, so I suppose we just jump into it. We're going to try to get to all of your questions, but we want to make sure that we get through some content and tell you guys what's going on and make sure we get through those updates. So Sid's going to be yelling at us from the background to make sure that we get to those comments and try to put them up on the screen so you can see what we see. So where should we start? Lagoon?
I guess let's start on the Lagoon 450.
And
she's for sale.
She is. And to give you a little bit of background, obviously, anybody that is new to the channel, welcome. And we started on our adventure on a Lagoon 450F, and we love her. And we were just about done with her refit to go sail off into the sunset. And well, we ended up on this boat where we're joining you from today, the front cockpit of the Leopard 50. Now, when we did that, all the fun, cute projects, the finish up, the touch ups weren't finished on the 450. And we now have to do those so that the next owner can enjoy her. So we're just trying to finish that stuff up before we put her out there so you guys can come look at her. So projects that we've done, a little bit of finish up on the inside. Of course, she's going to need a bath and we're back. All right, everyone panicked there for a minute, and they're running all over the place trying to find new batteries. So it's just going to be you and me for a minute, guys. So the 50. We were so good. We had this all planned, and now it's just kind of a mess. Sorry, guys. All right. All right, so we'll get into it when they get back. Then they can join us. What else have we talked about? I got to wait for the bulkhead part until Kim gets back so we can talk about it. panic on the home front. In the meantime, while we wait, does anybody have any questions about the 450 that I can answer before they come back? Anybody? We're back, Kim. Come here.
Here.
Nah, we didn't forget to charge the battery. For some reason, it wasn't charging through the system, but we're just going to use the computer.
Okay.
All right. So we're back. We got it figured out.
Okay, good.
Everything's way to run, though.
I almost lost the mic in the ocean or the intercoastal. It was almost a
I
tragedy.
suppose I could take this mic off.
Okay.
All right.
So questions, where are we at?
We'll read on the side here.
Let's see here. Don't touch the screen. Who pushed high in the water? Okay, this is going to be a question that we knew was going to come.
Can you hear us now?
How's that? Audio back. Is everybody good? This is funny.
This is funny. Thanks, Chuck.
We're here for Sunday entertainment. Okay, good. It sounds like we're
All right, back. All right, excellent.
So we'll go back and talk about the bulkheads. That is the question probably that everybody has been on their minds for months now.
Yeah.
Our Lagoon 450 bulkheads are absolutely fine.
Yeah, they're straight. So we ordered the reinforcement kit just because we thought, I'd like to have it, and it's a pretty long process to make that happen. We were going to do the reinforcement kit just for peace of mind and for the second owner. But again, I think our boat is actually just fine. Now, are we going to reinforce the boat before we sell it? Well, if we kept it, we were going to reinforce it. However, if Lagoon does it, well, they're going to pay for 20 hours of the repair, even though our boat came out of Irma and she was in charter. They took a look at all the pictures and they said, hey, we'll pay for 20 of the 30 hours of repair. So we do have a spot waiting at Zimmerman Marine, and the kit, is it there yet? I think the kit
I think it's there.
might be
Not
there.
sure.
So we'll figure that out when we get to that point. But no, Dauntless is fine. Does somebody have a question, Sid?
No, you're just really close to the
That's all right.
No more drinking before streaming.
Sorry, guys.
I think it might be better if we were drinking, but it's a little early.
So she is good. The only projects that we're finishing up are things like a little bit of touch up on the outside. We have a little bit of veneer on the inside, and then some electronics. I'm embarrassed to say we've done all this travel and everything else, and I haven't even hooked up the radar.
Yeah.
Brand new radar, brand new VHF, and we just haven't put some of that new stuff in that we think the new owner should get and deserve. And since we know the boat, it's just easier for us to do it. So
Rick, I need margaritas too.
yeah. There might be a drink after this one. So what else are we going to talk about? Yeah. For those of you that are interested, this is a big question that we've got. When we sell the boat, some of you think that we're going to take all of the cool equipment that we put on D1 off and put it on the Leopard. And that is
no. So the only thing that I'm really kind of taking with me that's not really, I'm going to call it a fixed appliance, is going to be the vacuum sealer. But other than that, the battery setup will stay. The washer and the dryer will stay. The dishwasher, the ice machine, all of those things stay on the lagoon. So for the next owner, you get to have all that fun luxury, solar, all of that. Everything stays.
Yeah, and it's super easy to monitor and maintain. There's really nothing to do. So yeah, we're just going to do it bigger on this boat because, well, we're going to add a few extra goodies. So does that about cover it? Does anybody have any 450 questions, Sid, that I've missed?
Not that I'm seeing.
And I'd love to say hello to everybody, but I know you guys all hate the staring at the screen and saying hello. Thank you, everyone, so much for chiming in. We were worried that no one would show up.
What year is the 450? The 450 is a 2017.
Yep. So she is, for those 450 followers out there, she's got the new layout on the inside, but she has the original blonde interior. So she's got the light cabinets with the dark floors.
Without revealing too much, how do you afford this lifestyle?
Where do you smuggle drugs?
We do not.
No. I invented the Flugel binder, and
That's
no.
a reference to the movie Cocktail,
Yeah.
if anybody is old enough to know that.
No. So we just worked hard and saved.
This is a life pause for us. We are too young to retire, so we worked really hard.
That means we're too poor to retire.
That too. We worked really hard. We sold our company in Colorado, and it afforded us the ability to take this life pause break to be able to do this adventure.
Yeah.
Eventually, we do have to have a larger stream of income, and we'll kind of see how things go and decide where life takes us from here.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
And I've been doing some consulting. So obviously you guys know that we've got a pretty ridiculous power system on the boat, and it's been tried and true. And so we've had a lot of people reach out and ask us to help them design their systems for them. We're busy working on these two boats, so obviously we don't have time to do the electrical work for them, but just a direction, organization, and a plan. So we've been doing some of that. Yes, ma'am.
Thought you were rebuilding the 50 to pad the kitty. So yes, it will. So originally, when we bought the 50, the idea was we were going to turn it. We were going to fix it and we were going to sell it. Well, we kind of fell in love with it. So, and
the taxes would just be brutal.
It would be pretty rough. So we decided that we were going to keep her. So the 450 selling is actually going to help buffer that kitty a little bit. But again, you can only live so long without doing something to continue to fill the coffers.
And let's be honest, the reason why the 450 is that kitty padding is going to be the ridiculous, obnoxious level of sweat equity that we put in.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're basically just going to be getting paid for the labor we put in 2 years ago. That's pretty much it.
I love this comment from Michael Allen. They had to sell their firstborn.
Right.
I know, she's right there.
We are fortunate enough that when we sold the business, we were able to buy the boat outright and do all of those upgrades outright. So we do not have a loan on the 450 that we have to pay off. So that will help, of course, just pay for the new boat.
Just heard about the Sunreef 74 that sank.
You guys are too much.
Project.
Every time a boat sinks, you guys are awesome, and I really, really appreciate the vote of confidence. But every time something sinks tragically, we get an email, a message.
Next project, guys?
Yeah. What's the next project? No, we will always have a bunch of cool stuff that we're going to be doing to the 50, and because I just can't leave well enough alone. But we will be doing some sailing, and we're going to be doing it pretty quick. So after we get through stuff about the 50, we're going to talk about some cruising plans. So just hang tight, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit.
No more sunk boats.
No more sunk boats.
I agree, Josh. Thank you.
And let's be honest, the fact that this boat was down for maybe 18 hours, 12 to 18 hours, and that she survived as well as she did, we really do have a leg up. So if you haven't seen the inside yet, jump back to, was it last week? And we did an inside tour, and you're going to see some of the other stuff, the really, really up close stuff when we start doing the upgrades, and you'll see even more closely what really good condition that she's in.
Yeah. All right. So I guess let's jump now. Oh, one more thing about the 450, and then we'll kind of shift gears maybe and keep answering questions and move on to the 50. So the
Yes.
last thing about the 450 is, when will she be available?
Oh, yeah, good point.
So of course we live in the marine and boating world. So
And everything goes to schedule.
everything goes to schedule. So we're looking at having her available to start viewing and surveying and all of that kind of stuff for anyone who is out there and interested around the 15th of May. So
we have to move off of her, finish a couple projects,
right,
and of course give her a bath.
So if you are out there and you are watching and you think that the Lagoon 450 could be your next home, please make sure that you get in touch with us via email. It is thecrew@sailingdauntless.com. And we will get an email back to you. We've got kind of like a letter that kind of gives you the information about the equipment that's on her, our timelines, kind of all that stuff. So,
and that's going to be published in the video as well, but this is just going to be on the kind of front end, and we'll give you a more updated timeline. Right. We're going to put you on an email list. So if that date of the 15th moves up or drops back, you'll be notified of what's going on, and you can make some arrangements. So as far as the tire kickers go, to be as perfectly polite, guys, we are so busy. If you're really interested, please send us an email. Otherwise, we will do a pretty awesome walkthrough video and you'll see everything. So just in fact, you'll see that before the boat's even
before
ready
the boat's available,
to look at. So no stress, it's coming, I promise. Good job, Sid. Rick Hudson's looking out for you. So, all right,
guys, let's move on to what's going on the 50. So once the 450 is prepped and ready, we can actually gear up and go hardcore on the 50.
Yeah,
so
you notice that we're kind of bouncing back and forth a little bit. It's really based on availability of materials and things we're working on. So we're trying to leave a little bit of 50 in there because I know some of you are here just for the 50. And so you'll see a little bit of that, but it'll be full bore here
very soon. Yeah. So when that comes in, we've got a lot of cool things that are happening. One of the delays that's kind of made things a little complicated for us is the mast. It was supposed to be here April 12th or something like that.
15th.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like it's going to be here until the first week in May, the second week in May.
Yeah, so something like that. And then of course we need a couple days to rig it. We're not going to holler for this. We're going to actually step the mast in the water. So we'll just motor it over to Harbortown Marina here in Fort Pierce, and we'll have all that scheduled, and we'll just crane it. And yes, we will be rigging the boat and stepping the mast ourselves. This will be our 7th boat rigging, so we've got a little bit of experience under our belt.
1 or 2.
Doesn't count even the de-riggings. So,
and we do have some exciting things coming up about the mast and rigging setup.
No, we can talk about it.
We can.
Yeah. So you guys know that they used to make a performance and a lounge version of the 50, and they discontinued the performance. But I don't know, we're not really performance sailors. I mean, we like to go fast like everybody does, but the boom's pretty high. And so tell them what we're going to do.
So we're going to give a shout out to Scooby, Sailing Vessel Scooby. Yeah. They are also a Leopard 50, and they contacted us because they had a mainsail that they were going to give us because they knew we needed a mainsail. And in process of going and picking up the mainsail, why did they need a new mainsail? Well, he lowered his boom height and put it at the performance height, which meant that he has about 2 feet of extra sail area, and he got new sails. So
when I ordered the mast, I said I ordered it, and then I called him back and said, whoa, if it hasn't gone to production yet, I want you to put the gooseneck down low. And since we have a mainsail that we got from Dave and Colleen. Hello, Dave and Colleen. Thank you. Then Scooby didn't need theirs. So we're going to stitch the bottom 2 feet because it doesn't change the battens. The sail structure actually doesn't change. We got all that information from the factory. We had a chat about that. And the really cool thing is it more so than the performance is it takes the boom height from shoulder height plus the bag, and it lowers the boom all the way to hip height, which means that you can literally lean over the top of the bag, pack the sail. So if we need to do any work or check reefing points or anything like that, it's going to be much safer. Yes, it will interfere with the lounge, but we move the boom off to the side anyway when we're at anchor for solar. So it really doesn't affect us.
Right.
Yeah.
But it'll be safer when we're underway and need to do anything with the sail and the bag and whatnot. So it's actually going to be a cool thing. So
we're jumping back.
oh,
Ken, which
Ooh,
well,
sorry.
hang on a second. Which broker? We're going to hit that really quick. We're not currently using a broker. We haven't ruled it out necessarily, but what's going to be for sale by owner because, well, there's all of you lovely people that are interested in it. So it's kind of silly. But we'll see. It depends on how busy we get.
No.
All right. So when you're at sea, what do you carry for defense? Being from Texas, I can't imagine being out there without a gun for protection. What do you do?
That's a rough one.
So first and foremost, I think kind of on this platform, if you want to speak something more privately, we can definitely do that. But I don't want to put out there on the internet exactly what we do for safety, because then obviously it compromises our safety. However,
I am putting cannon mount in. Yeah. Full pirate. No.
Guns are a tough one.
It's so hard. It really is.
We're not opposed to firearms, so I don't want to get into any sort of a.
No, we love to shoot. It's just, are you going to take it with you or are you not? I think that what we're trying to come up with a better solution, because really the short answer is that yes, I think it's important. I'd rather sail places where there is less of an issue, because after all this work that we put in, you know, you either have to turn the gun in, which doesn't help you because most of the danger comes when you're at anchor anyway, not when you're on the high seas. And number two, then I've got to go back and get it. Number three, if you decide that you don't want to say that you have it and you try to hide it, pretty much any country that doesn't allow it just going to seize your boat and put you in jail. So that kind of defeats the purpose of sailing. So what, noise, bear spray, I don't know. We'll figure something out. There's a ton of videos on there, and we really haven't, I mean, not to dodge the question, but we really haven't thought about it yet.
Well, I mean, that's not true. I have actually thought about it, and I have a lot of different things and ideas. And yes, we do have the dog, and she does help.
Yes. She's a fierce licker, for those of you that are afraid of saliva.
But I think that ultimately guns aren't necessarily the best solution on a boat. Even if you're a great shot, you're on a moving target. And they're on a moving target. So it's kind of dicey. So
he asked about questions about spear guns and what have you. Yeah.
I mean, we do have flares. We have all those kinds of things too.
There's lots of stuff that you can chuck at people that is really going to be a deterrent. There's a lot of passive ways to make a deterrent. But honestly, really at the end of the day, what we're all concerned about is a really scary multiple people rush, drug use, what have you. And frankly, unless you're going to carry a SWAT team with you, it is what it is. But I do appreciate the question and the concern for the safety.
Sid needs to get into Kung Fu class. That's right. We had a question that Sid put up on the screen.
Oh, thanks, Crown and Style.
Thanks, Crown and
for the
Style.
50 fun. Thank you so much.
Sid, you had a question that you put up on there, and I didn't see what it was. I don't know. Maybe we'll go back to it. Best protection, flares, pirates.
Yeah, it's possible, but I think me in a thong will definitely deter a lot of visitors.
That just happened.
Sorry. Moving on. We're kind of dwelling on that a little bit. So the mainsail modification, we're gonna stitch that on and make the mainsail bigger. We will be doing a video about that. Yes, I do know how to sew. No, I've never sewn a mainsail. No one can really do it in a level of expediency, and it's something I think you guys would like to see and learn. And we might have some cool surprises with the leftover sail material coming.
Yes. So keep
tuned
your eyes
for that.
out for that. We are going to be doing a battery system similar to the 450 on the 50. There are some changes that are afoot for that, so I'm going to leave some of that kind of left for future videos. But yes, there will be Tesla batteries on this boat. Yes, there will be an egregious amount of solar on this boat.
Lots and lots.
And I think that's all I'm going to say about that, because there's so much to come with that, and I don't want to give it away for future videos.
Basically, what we're going to do is, as much as you guys like watching DIY, and we want to be able to show you that, you guys like to watch sailing as well, and we like to sail. And we're able to log in just a little over 4,000 miles before we started on the 50, and we've been kind of dock-tied since then. So we're going to get the systems, the basic systems up and running, and then we are going to then we're going to go on the adventure, and we'll be continuing those projects while we're out enjoying it. So we don't have to be necessarily here in the US for that.
Right. I do see a question here. What happened to the huge foam pieces you used for work on the hull?
That's a really
great
good one.
question. Actually, when we were in Georgia, once we were finished with them, they were kind of stacked up off to the side. We used them a lot, actually, as step stools and scaffolding along the way, which was super helpful. But we did have another boat that was a couple from Italy, actually. They have their vessel, Sula.
Hey, guys.
And they had work that needed to be done on their boat in Florida. So they actually bought those 6 blocks and took them to Florida so that they could have their boat worked on, because they needed to be belly blocked for their work.
Recycle,
so they got
repurposed,
which is very cool.
And then the cutouts that you saw us using, we actually use those for stepping, and then we kind of pass those around to anybody that needed them. And then there's a couple of them on top of the boat because we had to protect the helm for the passage. So.
Oh,
he says, "Please, Ty, let them know they're for sale." So apparently the work is done.
Sula is finished with the blocks, and they are now for sale. So if you're interested and need those blocks, they are here in Florida. So get a message to us, and we can get a message back to Sula and get you guys in touch. And
here we go. There we go. 7 feet, 4 feet, 3 feet. That's how big the blocks are, and they weigh about 60 pounds a piece. So there you go. Now you know.
So they're great, and they work really well. Any plans to sail to the Med? Yes. So Ty made me a promise when we sold the company that in Colorado that we would travel, and that my one single destination that was like big time bucket list was to go to Italy.
Yeah.
And the goal was that by the time I reached 50, we would be in Italy. And I turned 50 this year.
We know the Ty lies.
Well,
best intent. We didn't know we were going to have 2 boats and what have you. So I'm pretty sure she's going to make it there by the time before she turns 51. Will it be on our boat for the 50 promise? Maybe, maybe not. But once we get our fill and our practice, yes, the plan is to go to the Med.
The goal.
Yeah.
That is definitely the goal.
Oh, jumping back real quick. Somebody asked a question about proprietary molds. Oh, Sid, look at that. Sid grabbed it. The proprietary molds have been destroyed. Yes. There was a video of that, which was very cathartic to watch the thing get destroyed after it gave us so much work. But what we're talking about is the blocks that we held the boat up with, and then the scrap cutout pieces that were indeterminate on. There was no proprietary information.
Yeah, there was nothing.
Scrap. Yeah.
But the mold itself actually got completely destroyed.
How long till the Bahamas?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Sydney.
Someone's complimenting you, but I misclicked.
That's okay. How long till the Bahamas? As soon as the 50 is sail ready, and
like
I'm
SAIL, not SALE.
Correct. Yeah. Yes. Thanks for the clarification. And livable. I don't even mind so much if we're kind of camping it. As soon as she is ready, and there's projects that we can do while on the water and away, we are gone.
Yeah.
So I'd like to give a hard and fast date. We originally thought maybe June, but now the mast is delayed.
It's gonna be
We're still trying to get the 450 taken care of. So
July, August. And yes, you're going to ask. Yes, it's hurricane season.
What about hurricanes?
And are we afraid of hurricanes? No, I'm not afraid of hurricanes. But let me qualify.
Okay, qualify. Yeah.
I'm not afraid of hurricanes because they're massive and our house moves. So we will probably go to the Caribbean, somewhere in the Lesser Antilles. I don't know if we're going to make it all the way to Grenada. And when the storm comes, we're just going to move, and we'll just go sail away. And after the storm passes, we will sail back. That's really the plan. If we make it all the way to Grenada, great. Of course, we may go to Costa Rica. I don't know.
What are your dream destinations? Well, obviously, Italy is one of them. The Med, I would love to spend. Yeah, I don't like the cold, and I would be willing to stay in the Med for a couple of years. So there's something to be said there.
Greece is one for me.
Yeah.
I really want to do Greece. And honestly, we've only really been through the Bahamas one time, and I am so looking forward to it. And it's in our it's in our backyard.
Pretty much, really. Yeah. So I think we will likely spend quite a bit of time in the Bahamas and the Caribbean overall. But anyway, Sydney,
my dream destination.
Oh, what's your dream
destination? I'm sorry.
I want to go to Colombia.
Sydney wants to go to Colombia.
Colombia. That's a good one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Let's go on the Caribbean side.
Yeah.
All right.
Safety first.
Fair enough.
Right. Amalfi is amazing. Yes.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
Saw an uni in the latest video, maybe the one before it. Any issues with using it on the boat? Does it get hot below it? I have mine on the boat. Haven't fired it up here yet. So our uni is the gas only version.
It's our second uni.
It is our second. No, it's our third uni.
Yeah.
It is the gas only version
because
I have a rule that we don't have any solid fuels on the boat. So no gas, no pellets, no wood, no charcoal.
No, it doesn't get hot.
It does not get hot on the bottom.
No,
so
it really doesn't.
We've used ours on the cockpit table, to be honest with you.
Under the overhang, and it doesn't even get the gel hot. We're very cognizant of that. So
yeah.
There's a new cool mount for the new one. It's coming. We did get the bigger one because we'd realized that we make more pizza than the little one can handle.
What is an uni? An uni is a small pizza oven.
Yeah,
so
it's a small, it's made to replicate a Neapolitan style pizza. So that stone fired rolling flame, kind of like we had with our pizza truck, but just only weighs 60 pounds versus 6,000 pounds. And it works absolutely great. So OONI, Uni, not sponsored. They make awesome ovens. So if you guys are out there and want one, take a look at it.
Have you thought about using a parasailer spinnaker with wing? Yes, we have thought about a lot of those options for downwind sailing. Yeah. Right now, our sail plan is going to be the main sail, our head sail, and a code zero.
Code zero. Yep.
So from there, we'll expand. But right now, that's kind of where we're going to start out with, and then we'll see how the sailing kitty grows and what we can add to our sail plan from there. So,
but if you make them, you're more than welcome to see this one. The specs for the Leopard 50 are online, and
oh my goodness. Are you going to continue to film your adventure once you set sail? Yes. Contrary to our content to date, we technically are a sailing channel. So the idea is that we're going to sail, we're going to have our adventures, and we're going to show what real life is on a boat, from the good and the not so good. So
I like the fact that somebody once told me that there's two types of sailing channels out there. There's a DIY channel. There's a teach me and a show me, or a show me and a watch me, where we don't want to be the go watch us have fun all the time, but we want to show you the cool places.
Right.
But also we want to teach, and really a lot of it's from our own mistakes and just things that we've had to do. And
one of the things that we always enjoyed was the fact that we learned so much from other people. So watching their YouTube videos, and it's from a variety of different things too. It's not just specific to boats or sailing. I mean, it's video equipment. It's how to do something on YouTube, how to, you name it. We learned it off of the internet as well. So
just everything that we run into.
People have a lot of good information to share. And so that's one of the things that we like to do, is we like to be able to, as we learn things, share them as well.
What kind of MFDs do you have? And are you?
Oh, Sydney has.
You're getting.
Oh, sorry. Are you able to insure the boat at this point since it's not finished? Yes. So the boat actually has insurance on it now. Every insurance company is going to have a different threshold based on how much you're going to insure it for. You need to talk to your insurance company. That's a really lame answer, but that's really what it is.
The bottom line.
It varies so much. Some insurance companies are as simple as, is the vessel undamaged and seaworthy? And then there's all the way up to, we'd like to see the next or the last survey, or you need to go survey it before we're going to insure your boat. So we'll see when we decide to expand, and we'll definitely be doing an episode on that coming up.
All right, now you can talk about your.
What kind of MFDs do you have, and are you going to NEMA 2000 to the Victron stuff to them? So yes, we have all Ray Marine. We had B&G on the other boat. We loved it, but we got an opportunity to pick up some not really used, installed but not used Ray Marine stuff, and we just decided to expand upon that. But yeah, we have an MFD, a big 16 at the helm. We got a 12-inch at the nav station, radar, all kinds of fun jazz. but it will be integrated, and we will be able to monitor all of our Victron through that because the Victron does play nice with Ray Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Who do you watch on YouTube?
The top five. Oh God, that's hard.
It really varies based on what we're doing.
So Rick, are you talking sailing specific or just YouTube in general? Because the top five could be something you don't even anticipate. So I'll let you clarify that before I answer that question. John, describe Thunderbolt Marine in 5 words. Well, there aren't 5 words solely that will.
This is a family channel and we can't swear.
Yeah. So I think that the one thing that I want to say first and foremost about Thunderbolt is they, nor us, had a choice on where this boat went. I still to this day contend that Thunderbolt was the best place for us to do the repairs on this Leopard 50. And the reason is because the facilities that they had available for us, the building space. And even though we were in and out and back and forth and there was the whole crap with that.
How about I take a stab at this? I think it is well equipped. I think there are hardworking, talented people that are there. It is poorly managed and it is overpriced.
And they have unscrupulous business practices. Is that a fair way to say that?
In our opinion.
In our opinion. In our experience. Put that out there.
Wow, that's some shade. It's like an eclipse over here.
Moving on.
So thank you guys.
Clear.
Wait, no, wait.
Rick clarified.
No, hang on, Rick. I'll get right to you, I promise. SA Tech Guy, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support, you guys. That is so awesome. Thank you. Contrary to popular belief, we are not independently wealthy, and it really does help because camera equipment and all that stuff is pricey, which is where all of your guys' donations and help and patronage, all of that goes to buy stuff like mics and camera gear and all of that, so that we try to make we're trying to make a better and better viewing experience for you guys and tell a better story. So
are these mics working or are we using the camera mic? I don't even know.
No, it's using right here.
Working.
Oh, cool. See? I'll put it back.
Okay. So back to Rick. Sailing
and how to.
Rick,
it kind of all depends on what it is that they're doing. So for example, last night I just watched Project Atticus. They just put their sails up on their boat. So I wanted to see what that looked like for them. So
that's coming for us.
I
watch Andy with Boatworks today.
Yeah, a lot of Andy.
Hey, Andy with Boatworks today. He is super informative.
And we started watching Andy long before even we really got hot and heavy into the 450 project. So yeah, definitely the how-to on Boatworks today has been huge.
I like a little bit of show me or watch me stuff. So I really like the wins. I think you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am so insanely jealous at the quality of the videos and content they produce. I think I'm
doing my best. Okay,
Sydney
is learning. She's doing a great job. We did have the benefit to meet them and Zatara at Just Cats 2 years ago before this whole COVID nonsense. Very sweet couple, awesome, genuine. So I really like watching them.
Yep.
To learn for all sorts of reasons, video and sailing. And God, who else do we like to watch?
I mean, keep in mind we've made personal connections with some other YouTubers along the way as well. So we really like to watch Matt and Jessica with MJ Sailing because they're doing a build in Annapolis, which is we get it. So it's a huge undertaking.
We think they're crazy and they think that we're crazy.
Yeah. So we definitely keep track on what they're doing and kind of how their progress is rolling. We watch who else? We watch
a little bit of
Parlay,
O'Kelly's, Zatara. God, who else do we watch, Sid?
What's the one with Compass and
Onboard Lifestyle?
Teal with his ridiculous wiring
Teal
skills.
has got and very envious electrical. I'm not even kidding. It's gorgeous.
I'm doing my best. And we watch Tula's, of course. They're from South Florida here, and
Ruby Rose. I mean, all the ones that you kind of typically. Clark, Emily and Clark. We do Emily and Clark as well.
It's a sharp couple right there. They do some really creative stuff.
Sid is doing awesome. You are correct.
You are doing awesome. Thanks, Rick. I mean, Emily and Clark have a different type of channel, but like super smart how-to stuff. He built the craziest 12-volt AC system that he's now selling. You should check that one out. So that's pretty cool.
All right, Sid, what do we got next? What is the future for Sid? What?
I get that question all the time.
She does. Well, you know what? Why don't you come over here and answer the question?
Yeah. She's on the background trying to get all
All
of
right,
our
scoot
stuff
over.
done. So
What's next, Sid?
I get that question all the time. I'm gonna go sailing for a while. Everyone asks me, how long are you gonna be on the boat? And my answer is always till I'm done.
Until my dad kicks me off.
Yeah, or till my dad kicks me off. And then if I could, I would love to build out a sprinter van and road trip all of North America and do Canada and Alaska and as far as I can go. Really quick, you guys should follow me on Instagram. it's sid.travelstheworld. I'm trying to build that so that I can have my own revenue stream so that I can have the money to build the van when I'm ready for that. So
Yeah, watch out, Josh, at Crown in Style.
I'm coming for
She
ya.
might be needing your help.
that's right. Oh yeah,
Because if I'm sailing,
she's gonna go
I'm
to
gonna
you.
need
I'm
help.
sure of
You're gonna
it.
be
I'm
voted
sure
in.
of it.
but that's tentatively that's the plan. I don't know what 6 months is going to look like. I don't know what a year is going to look like. So we're taking it day by day.
sailing plans.
Yes. All right.
Right.
Okay. To go do
Get
the
back to
question.
work.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
not.
Back to
Would you
the,
consider taking on crew? Yeah, actually, we would, and we're really excited to get when the boat's to the point where we can actually have some crew on the boat. I think that would be a really fun thing to be able to share. The sailing lifestyle and adventures help on overnights because the more people that we have when we're traveling, the better. So no, I think that would be awesome, and that will come. So if anybody's interested, just hit us up, and we'll kind of keep everybody in queue and.
we'll make plans.
Yeah, we're gonna make some plans. Have your people call my people. Yeah. So.
All right. What do you got? How much electrical power will the 50 have with solar, etc.? So
Phenomenal cosmic power.
we have actually just recently been trying to figure out what the rear solar array is going to look like.
Yeah.
So I think all told, the plan, and I use air quotes around that, is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of.
Are you talking about potential or what we're actually going to do?
Oh, there's a difference.
We're still in a debate. If I put big panels on the back, which will extend to the end of the big wide monster dinghy, which Kim's not really excited about because it's
big. It's big.
I actually calculated that we could get over 7,000 watts of solar on this boat.
Now, we understand that not at all times will 7,000 watts be available because of shadowing and time of day and all that kind of stuff. But the idea is the more solar that you have, the more charge controllers that you have to keep those working independent of one another for shadowing purposes, the better off you will be. So we have to keep in mind how much equipment we're going to put on the boat because there is only so much space for it. And then also the battery bank. I mean, obviously, if the battery bank is too large and the solar can't put the juice back in it, the large battery bank is pointless.
And
so
you're just charging it up with a generator. So.
Right. So we do have a 75 kW Tesla car bank, and we are planning on putting the entire bank in this boat.
And we'll have somewhere between, I'd like to get north of 5,000 watts. North of 5,000 watts really gives us a ton of freedom. And it's really, my big thing, as you guys know, is redundancy. And I like to be able to have enough leftover power in the day to charge up, to be able to refill the battery bank in the shortest period of time possible after a cloud event or storm event or something like that. So we're not running fossil fuels and running the generator other than when it's necessary to keep it lubricated. Yes, we put a generator on. Yes, somebody's going to buy it someday. That's why. But we don't really need it. No, moving on.
How did you get started in sailing?
We bought a 45-foot sailboat.
To be honest, I'm going to totally blame my desire for travel.
Yeah.
Ty's need to fulfill that desire in the best way possible, and the winds.
Yeah, I found I found the Winds travel channel via RV, and we thought about doing an RV first, and then we said, hey, Kim wants to go farther than that, and you can't drive an RV to Italy. So the boat, it's really not our fault. Our hearts took us where we wanted to go. Are you okay, Sid?
I'm good.
Aw.
People are just so nice.
Sydney just read something. She's in the background. She's tearing up and everything. What did you read?
Just Josh's comment and everybody telling me. Like,
Oh,
You're
go
doing
Sid, go.
She really is an awesome daughter and crew member and everything else. And the day that she said that she wanted to come sailing with us, I cried like a baby. I was so excited to have her come. So
also, I do have to say, I'm going to give Maddie a shout out. We feel just as strongly as Maddie's passion and her desires. They just don't belong on the sailboat. That's not for her. And she is absolutely living 100% her best life.
That girl is living her best life.
And she really is loving it.
And she loves her mermaid tail, and she loves the Caribbean, and loves to come visit, and we'll be doing that, and you will see her. But
she couldn't have done any.
And we could not have been anywhere close to where we are today on either of these projects without her. So she is
key part in all of our successes. Not only the boats, the pizza truck, our family structure, everything. So we're very proud of our girls, very, very proud of them. And I think you guys can tell, and they're pretty awesome people. So thanks for watching. Thanks for everyone's really, really nice comments.
Oh my gosh. Matthew Melton, thank you so much. That is amazing. I know that's one of my favorite words. And if you're playing a drinking game, I just said amazing. So drink twice.
Thank you, Matthew.
That is unbelievable. Thank you.
I can't even tell you the outpour of support that we felt through this whole process.
Maddie, that's right. She's amazing.
She is. You guys have been really supportive of all of us. Kim, Maddie, Sid, me, everything. So thank you guys. We live for helping and the nice comments and the support, because although I know a lot of you think that we're helping you guys are really helping us. So what would you like to show us, Sid?
Our Maddie's Navy stays over.
Yeah.
So back up just 2 seconds and I'll give you a little history on Mads. So she left to go to basic training in 2020. Right before COVID went sideways crazy. She ended up hurting her knee and it got sent home so that she could rehab, and then she could go back and try again. I think it's like 6 months later or something after she got back and rehabbed and everything. Yeah. Well, in that time, she kind of realized that maybe she was in the mood for a different type of adventure. It's not to say that her days in the military are over. It's just right now.
It was rough on her. It was really rough because she had planned on that for so long and built up to it, and then and it wasn't a permanent damage, but she just couldn't heal in the time that it needed, so that they called it a medical separation, and so she's obviously still able to go back if she wants to, but we'll see where she goes. She's definitely in full command of her path, and that girl knows what she wants, and if she's gonna get there, trust me, she'll decide where she's gonna be, and she'll get there.
That's right. How have you looked at nickel zinc batteries? That's a question for you, buddy.
Nickel zinc batteries. No. The reason I haven't is because I know everybody does Life PO4, which is a lithium iron phosphate battery. That's the most common one that's out there. It's a great battery. You're going to see some of that being used. My original battery was a lithium cobalt. Lithium cobalt has nearly twice the energy density of lithium phosphate, but it has its own set of challenges. I stuck with Tesla for the backbone on this boat because one, it's just kind of it's like a giant electrical piggy bank, and all the batteries talk to one another. So it's a safety issue and a comfort, and I just think it's a really cool thing. But I've got some other exciting stuff that's going to be coming around the bend as well. So
you can't tell any more about it.
I can't tell any more about it, but there's a lot of fun, interesting ways to skin that cat, and I'll show you guys some cool stuff coming up.
Yes, my new word definitely should be groovy instead of amazing. I'm going to see if I can integrate that.
Yeah. Let's see. Are you hoping someone else crashes a Tesla?
No, we already have the battery, so we don't need anybody else to crash a Tesla.
We don't. So unfortunate things happen, trees fall on a car, whatever happens. If you buy your Tesla batteries, there are several companies out there that are dismantlers, because getting new parts, especially in this day and age, is difficult. So unfortunately when a Tesla dies, it sells as a donor card, and somebody will disassemble everything from the door handles to the seats to the batteries. And if it's in good shape and it's tested properly, you can use it again. But no, I don't wish ill will on anybody, but shit happens. So, and there's no sense in making it go to waste. So
Yes, recycle, reuse, repurpose.
Exactly.
Right. All right, Sid, what do you got next for us?
I think we're caught up. So do you guys? What do you want to talk about?
So
Talk
I
about
think we
some-
talked about our sale plan a little bit. Should we finish up with our sale plan?
Yeah,
August-ish?
August-ish. If you guys, again, if you guys have suggestion on what you guys think we should do for hurricane season, I don't want to go up the East Coast. And we have some friends down in the Caribbean. We'd be more than happy to spend time with them, and that do actually sail in and out when if there's any storms that are impending. Summertime's a great time in the Caribbean, in my opinion. But if you've got a better suggestion or a nifty little hideaway that is beautiful, remote, and I can still buy beer there, please tell me. Yeah.
Oh, Rick Husson says, tell the 50 story. Okay, so
You got to keep it short.
I got to keep it short.
Yeah.
You're that talky one.
She talks a lot.
Okay, so we got lots of bits of information from lots of people over the course of time, even up until recently, about the boat's journey. So it was commissioned and taken from Fort Lauderdale to Charleston, Hilton Head area.
In January of 21.
And then the owner apparently took the boat from there out after they had gotten it moved and kind of signed off and everything was good to go. Took possession of the boat and they were out sailing, hanging out, having fun, whatever. And some bad weather came around. They were uncomfortable in the weather. It wasn't anything that the boat couldn't handle. In fact, it was
just an experience level and a litany of bad decisions in a row.
We
telling someone to keep the story short.
Right?
Very funny, Sydney.
So anyway, they ducked into Ossabaw Sound. And if you are familiar with that area in Georgia, and everyone that we talked to said this, you don't go to Ossabaw. It's not a place to duck in for cover. It is not, it's local knowledge is key. And if you don't have the local knowledge,
it's because
you're
it's
sunk,
very
literally.
shallow. There's a lot of hard shoaling. It's a really kind of a complex delta, and really there's no business for a boat our size to be in there because you can't go either direction because there's hard bridges. So it was just it was a bad choice. Yeah, it was a bad decision.
So what happened was he got in, was in the channel, but I think my assumption close enough to outside the channel that when kind of the shit went sideways, no sails were up. He had the engines on when they were coming into the sound, but as soon as they got kind of stuck,
he motored onto a shoal.
He motored onto a shoal
200 yards outside the channel.
And it was literally the perfect storm where the tide, the wind, and the wave action was so that it got side loaded on the boat. The breakaway keels broke away, the sacrificial keels, and then it just went from worse to even worse.
As the 8-foot tide went out, the boat was on the shoal. It ripped everything out of the side of the boat, crushed in the bottom. And then she sank. The next morning, 8 a.m., they went out to get her. It took 2 crews, 2.5 days to get it back to Thunderbolt. It took them, I think, about 12 hours to get it up. Mm-hmm. And then they had to they couldn't even pick it up with the travel lift because it was so full of water. It was actually damaging the boat when they tried to lift it. So they put it on this big sinker lift, that big platform that lifts up these big mega yachts, and lifted it like 2 inches and pumped water and 2 inches and pumped water. And it took them hours, but they got it out. And yeah, exactly, Rick. What happened was
there's a question about solar panels.
Yes.
Okay, Sid says there's a question about
let's
solar.
finish it. So anyway, that's how we found out about it. Our friend Jeff that you saw, no, he doesn't have any boats yet. Send us an email if you'd like to be put on the list for wrecked boats. No, there's no brand new boats available. And anyway, we saw the boat.
This was an anomaly.
It was an anomaly. Yeah. He wanted us to have it because he knew that we could fix it.
Right.
And he patiently waited for us to buy it. And here we are today.
Okay. Solar question.
Okay, solar question. Bi-sided solar panels.
Yep.
Bifacial, yes. Yep. Yes, I would love to do bifacial solar panels. That is in the current solar panel debate.
Have you bought them?
No, I haven't bought them yet. I'm trying to work that out because the bifacial solar panels that I found are 7 feet long, and they're too wide to stack them this way. So if you've got a heads up on something in that 5-6 foot range in length, I would love to hear it. So shoot me an email or leave a comment, please.
Okay.
Next one.
There's about the 450
I had a question from a customer. Live our shop.
The price for
The price for the 450.
Price for the 450. So the price for the 450 is, well, we're going to basically put it up for $595. That's the offer. And we'd be more than happy to take any viewings. And you can, if you're interested in a boat that is extremely well equipped in that price range and that year, let us know. But I think that's a more than fair price considering, well, she's the best equipped sailing catamaran in the world.
She's the best of the best of the best, sir. But
there you go.
All right. Do you feel taken advantage of at the yard?
Yeah.
Yes.
And not just in pricing, but in practice. Things could be done better.
I definitely think that things could have been done better and more professional on their part, but that's the goal is that we will never have to bring a boat back there again. We get to choose where she goes, and that would not be on our short list. So
yes, Grenada is south of the hurricane zone. I just don't know if we're going to be able to get there in enough time because we're going to be leaving in hurricane season now. So
we do want to go to Grenada though.
Yeah.
Eventually.
It's really, really pretty.
What's next, Sid? All right. Wonder what if you added it all up, how much has been spent on the boat, including salvage, original, and rebuild? Well, we're not done yet, so there's that.
No, we originally thought we did a video on this a while back before we started the project on what the projected rebuild cost was. In hindsight, that rebuild cost was to bring it back to factory, but the boat was pretty stripped to begin with. And anybody that buys a sailing catamaran that's a charter boat or stripped really ends up putting about 100.
Are you kidding me? Anybody that buys a brand new boat ends up putting
150,000 into it to get lithium and solar and ice maker or whatever other stuff that you want. We thought we could do that project for around $3.5. COVID added at least $100,000 to the project. So my current spreadsheet is not updated as of this week, but I'm guessing that we're going to be in somewhere in that $500,000 range by the time we're all said and done. Yeah.
Which is reasonable considering what she went through. And keep in mind, none of her appliances were salvageable.
No.
So we had to buy all brand new for everything. So if there was something that was worth salvaging, we tried to either salvage it for our own use or salvage it so that someone else could take advantage of it, like the engines and the sail drives.
Absolutely.
And the generators.
And that figure, by the way, guys, is a ridiculous amount of solar. That's Tesla batteries. That's a new galley. That's the big go fast dinghy. That's salt and pepper in the shakers and butter in the fridge. That's everything. That's all in, done. And that's where we're at.
They took advantage of you. Hopefully your YouTubers will cost them ill-gotten profit.
Yeah, I think yes. Let's not dwell on it, guys. It sucks. I appreciate the comment, but
it's in the past.
I think let's like garbage. Let's just leave it in the past, and it's a smelly thing that we don't need to deal with anymore. Yeah, forget it. So,
all right. When will you officially start sailing your boat, like out of Florida?
Well, Bahamas will be the first place we go. It will be hopefully around August-ish or sooner, I'm hoping. But we'll see when we actually get around there. So.
But we are leaving.
We are leaving. Yeah. So I don't want to make this run too long, but I don't want to not answer your questions.
Okay, we'll do one or two more.
All right.
Because we're coming up on an hour.
Oh, gosh, that's fast. All right.
Wow.
What is one luxury item you are wanting on the boat that's not normal to have on a boat?
Other than the stuff that we already have, I'm putting in a carbonator so I can have seltzer water.
That is true.
And tonic water. It's going to be pretty awesome.
This one kind of goes with it, so we'll count this as
okay.
On the ice maker.
Oh.
Your friends upgraded their ice maker to 110 volt. But was it expensive? Thoughts? Honestly, the ice maker is about the same cost, whether you buy what we had or you buy something that was boat ready.
And not boat ready.
Or marine.
Advertised for the marine industry.
Yeah. And I mean, a good ice maker legitimately is a couple $1,000. But yeah, I mean, it's $1,600 to $2,500 is kind of that range, depending on how much ice you want it to produce. But no, it's kind of.
And I don't think that we use a lot of ice, so I don't think that I would change our ice maker for the world. And it is 110 volt. It requires AC power. but it's one of those luxuries that if you're having to reduce your power consumption because of some catastrophic situation, the ice machine is going to be the least of your worries, quite frankly.
care.
So
nothing life-threatening or life-saving or critical systems runs on AC. Everything that runs on alternating current or plug-in 110 volt power is all really just for enjoyment and comfort. So
we'll do this one.
will you be upgrading the graphics to the place on the 50? Yes. We took the 50 off the boat, as you saw. I think Maddie got that job as well. She's the sticker
She
queen.
loves to do that. It's very therapeutic for her. She loves to do it.
Obviously, the boat's painted. We are going to go up in size considerably. In fact, I think the logo is going to be 2.5 times the size, something like that.
And we may have to turn it
be kind of cool.
A little bit and do a little bit different. So the design and everything will be the same. Colors will be the same, but it may fit differently on the boat. But yes, we are going to put that on the new boat. Bigger.
And the last question that we got is a power question. We could go on power forever.
Yes, we can.
So I'll let you. Oops, sorry. I'm getting questions as they're coming in.
Oh, geez.
What AC system are you doing? Or something about individual units. Yes, we are going to not do the chiller unit. Everyone's had a ton of problems with them, and it's really made for a much bigger boat than a 50-foot boat. And
plus, it doesn't give you the ability to have a unit on only in one room or another. You have to have the unit on, and then every room can use it if they want to. Whereas if we do individual units, which is our plan, we only have to have that unit running. So if we wanted to have the unit in our cabin running, for example, we could do that, and none of the rest of the boat would have to work.
You really don't use AC a lot. When you do need it is when it's buggy or when it's rainy and you've got to close up, or God forbid you're tied to a dock, something like that. Then you really need it. Otherwise, we really like to leave the doors and windows open. Now, so for example, we have hot flashes. Sometimes we turn the air conditioning down.
So we do have all 5 air conditioning units on the 450 currently running because we're tied to a dock. So it just is more comfortable.
And believe it or not, the solar supplies all of the power necessary from sun up to sundown and end the day at over 95% with the solar that's on D1. Now, overnight, the recovery for the next day, you just can't continue to grind the solar away at it. But if you use it on anchor intermittently when necessary, it'll more than handle the loads. All right, guys.
Oh wait, Sydney's saying
all right, you got one. You got one more.
This is the last one.
What's the deal with the pizza oven?
We love pizza. It's the perfect food, and we had a pizza company
in Colorado. That's what afforded us the ability to start this adventure.
And to be here with you fine folks. We would not be here without pizza. So let's everybody celebrate 3/14. I know we passed it, but it's a Pi Day. It's really, really important to us, and we love pizza, and we have it as much as possible. And we will definitely show you in an episode how we make pizza if you guys are interested. So,
alrighty. No, we're not going to do any more salvages. I want to go sailing, and yes, the 50 will be Dauntless, not Dauntless 2.
Yes,
Dauntless.
We refer to them as D1 and D2 because, they're both on the same dock, and so somebody says, "Hey, is it on the boat?" Well, which boat? Dauntless. Well, which Dauntless?
Yeah.
So D1 and D2, but no, it will just be Dauntless. There will not be a 2 behind it.
No, just Dauntless.
All right, guys.
All your comments.
All right,
I love you guys. I don't need to cut you off. Please leave additional comments down below if you're watching this on the repeat or you want to continue to make comments. We'll jump on there here in a few minutes and answer as many questions as we can. Thank you so much for joining us.
If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and hit the notification bell so that you know when all of those videos come out for all these up and coming very cool projects. Also, don't forget to share. That's something else we learned. Share the videos. Let everybody else that you know about a cool adventure, hopefully, that you're following, and follow these crazy people.
Exactly. We're going to be doing, if you guys want to see more of this, let us know. Again, in the comments, we're going to be doing some of this over on Patreon here in the very near future. So, hope you guys have a great Sunday. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys.
Keep leaving us questions and comments below.
Next week.
Bye.
Bye.